from the Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast last afternoon of live off air.
Hey, if you're ready for the live Steve Austin Show podcast, then give me a hell yeah.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the Steve Austin Show. I'm coming to you live from Denver, Colorado. I'm about to open up Camp Audio Warback for you people watching on the WWE Network. This is live. We're coming right to your house. My special guest today is WWE COO Triple H. I'm proud to have him on the show, and Triple H, this entire month of February of the network is free. All you got to do is sign up to the damn thing. That's it. If you're a new subscriber, you come in, you sign up, you get the month of February free, which is quite a month. I mean, first and foremost, this podcast itself. That's worth the price of admission alone. Then you got NXT coming up February 11th. If you haven't seen an NXT special, I know you have, but if you haven't seen it yet, it's worth the $9.99. And I've been really digging NXT, and I did my research, and I'm real bad with technology. That's my problem. So I got to get on my small tablet. My wife gave me the thing, I don't know how many years ago. I never used it. So in doing my research, I got on it, started going through the content, and watching NXT, the product, and I want to get that a little bit. But right now, it's just such a discombobulating time, because when I told everybody you were going to be on the show, and this is right after the Royal Rumble, I said, send your questions to my email address, and I got at least 3,000 questions, and the WWE universe was hotter than a firecracker. Everybody was ticked off because of what went down in the Royal Rumble. And seemingly, it's a funny situation.
This is what I've been waiting for.
You got the right to go to Mania and face Brock Lesnar. But a large part of the audience was behind Daniel Bryan. They wanted him to get that shot because he was stripped of the title. But he got eliminated early. So I guess the thing is, there's so much confusion to me with the fans. Or not confusion, but it's almost like kayfabe has died. Yeah, I mean, because how do you book this thing? Back in the day, you would watch the product in the ring, and whatever happened, that's what you got your heat or your satisfaction from. Now, if the story doesn't go the way that people want, then you have people saying, oh, they're mad at behind the scenes, the writers. So how can you book in a non-kayfabe business these days? It's tough. I think that's the hardest thing that you have to do, and you talk about keeping your finger on the pulse of what's going on. There is that different component of the internet and people being smarter to the internal workings of the business. The second they see us getting behind somebody and starting to push them, I think there's a group of fans, and I hate to use the term because I think it's overused and people complain about it, like the vocal minority or whatever. It's not a vocal minority, but listen, you know as well as I do back in the day, with the exception of a few guys that were really, really in the upper echelon and just over no matter what, you or certain guys, there were towns that you went to that you knew they're heels. This is a heel town, right? They're going to like the bad guys. You're going to not be as enamored with the good guy. A white meat baby face was dead in the water in those towns. Right. In essence, you were a heel. You're 90% of your run, right? But you were the heel that was against the establishment, and at times changed. The way people look at it changed, but that component of just telling a storyline and people accepting that storyline for what it is as a storyline is gone, because a large portion of your audience just buys into that, and then another large portion of your audience, they know everything that goes on every 5 minutes, they know more about what's happening sometimes than we do, right? And I think you get to a point where
they just want to go the opposite direction, or they want to see a certain thing. They believe a certain type of thing is what works. I can tell you, when they're now, on TV, and they're giving Roman a hard time, and they're booing him out of the building because they believe that's the push he's getting. But then you go to, just this past week, the live events we had, they want a person booing him in those buildings.
Well, it's interesting because he goes on to win the Royal Rumble, and I was in the same situation way back in '96, King of the Ring, and you were originally going to win that thing.
Yeah.
The click hug in MSG, Madison Square Garden, broke kayfabe, and you took the hammer and it put the punishment to you.
Yep.
I won the event, and I got a big push. And when Vince came to me and said, "Hey man, in 2 weeks you're going to go over in the King of the Ring," and I said, "Okay, cool." Now, I didn't say to him, "Hey man, there's been guys here that are been here longer than me, so maybe they should do that."
Yeah.
So when Roman Reigns gets the word that he's going over in the Rumble, what's he